Daylight, my MVVs, welcome. It's been rumored that Ooni Of Ife has decided to cut his journey short upon hearing that some man proposed to Olori Naomi. And they said he was, of course, he had a very serious panic issue and decided to come back home to deal with the situation first before he goes back. They say he's been on a very serious assignment. He made a trip, and then when he heard, you do know that they said everything he prepared with the car gift for Olori Naomi, he had to leave everything here because they said he has not been around. But now we are hearing that he had to decide to return back to deal with the situation with the proposal, that he couldn't even bear it, that he could not even stand up, he couldn't think, he didn't know what to do when he heard about that proposal. Now we had a report that some man proposed to Olori Naomi on her birthday, that the first thing that got to her was the gift from the Ooni of Ife, which she vehemently rejected. And the second thing that got to her was this man that is called Ade Miju, that proposed to her. We heard that he is a pastor. He has churches in all over. As a matter of fact, we heard that he has a church in Nigeria, in Lagos, that he's got a church in UK and got a church in Canada. But right now, we are hearing that he's got a church in the US and Australia as well. That is a big boy when it comes to Christendom. He's quite young. They said he's about 40 years old, that the mother's name is Sheila. She is a prophetess that is known right there in Lagos. And they said that they are working against time to bring Queen Naomi into their family. Who wouldn't, okay? You see, something about life is that you might be in a place where people do not know your importance, but when those group of people who get to find out how important you are, discover you, they'll never leave you. Now, we heard that Ademi Joe is not just knowing Naomi, now that he has known Naomi for over a year ago. They said this allegedly is the same man who had proposed to Queen Naomi the other time. I don't know, last year, there was a report that was making the rounds on social media that one man proposed to Queen Naomi, a family that is from Ekiti. I do know that that report was negative at some point. Some, people with malice decided to turn it around. They said it was a business Ekiti boy. No, except if that issue is different from this. They said this guy has been begging to be with Queen Naomi like forever, and he was the same guy they said promised that he would never, that he will wait for Queen Naomi no matter how long it takes. And then yesterday on her 31st birthday, they said this man made a move again to propose to Queen Naomi. And unfortunately, we heard that her face was downward until that she was just pumping tears out, and the ring failed. Simi ran and picked the ring and handed over the ring back to the man. And so, as much as this might sound really refreshing, that, there's somebody who loves her so much and is waiting to wait as much as possible. But of course, we do know that for her, Queen Naomi, this is a situation that comes with a lot of confusion. I do think that Queen Naomi might be in a state of dilemma right now for her to have cried that way, because usually if it's somebody you love, a proposal is supposed to come with joy. But under the circumstances, why would that proposal come with joy when she is not even sure of where she is moving to, or how she is moving, going by the fact that we are hearing allegedly that Kabiesi is saying that under no circumstances is he going to leave Olori Naomi. Welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Delaram. I bring you fresh and spicy J's from the sauce. Is still on the royals. How are you guys doing? Delarite, my Delarite, my Delarite, my super people. Delarite, my Delarite, my Delarite, my super people. Now, if there is anything that is not alleged in this channel, it's the fact that I appreciate you guys. I respect you. I love you. I'm grateful. Esheo and Dupe, my people. Thank you so much for always being here, for always coming back to this channel. If you're yet to subscribe, what the hell are you waiting for? Kindly go ahead and hit that subscribe button. And do not forget to turn on the notification bell. And do not forget to give this video a thumbs up. I appreciate you guys so much. Is this report that is making the rounds on social media yet again that Ooni of Ife had to cut his journey short to come back to deal with issues right here at home that has to do with Lori Naomi. Now, they said the proposal did not go well with the Ooni of Ife. Ooni of Ife was very, very devastated over that proposal. And you do know that when it comes to Queen Naomi, this man does not play with Queen Naomi. And the worst thing that can happen to him right now is that Queen Naomi abandons him to go and get married. A lot of people do not understand what is between Queen Naomi and the Ooni of Ife. Queen Naomi made just one demand from the monarch, the great monarch of the Yoruba land. With due respect, Kabiyesi, one demand that she made is that if she would ever return back to the palace, she would want the Oloris to leave. The reason is because she never opted for polygamy. And you know that we are human beings. You know, a lot of people have come to drag Queen Naomi. Who the hell do you think you are that makes you feel that a man like the Ooni of Ife can just marry you and be with you alone? It's not their tradition, it's not their custom. But it's important to know that everybody has got a constitution that is guiding their mind and their behavior. Queen Naomi is not given to polygamy. And of course, we are beginning to see a lot of women reject polygamy these days. Look at what is happening to the Duchess' wife, May Edochie. She vehemently rejected polygamy. If she had accepted it, apparently Yul would have been flexing muscle up, down. I'm a big man, Udogo, I have 2 wives, okay? And she rejected it. So everybody has a right to what they want and what they do not want. And right now, she has made a lot of adjustments on her own part because, of course, she said that the only thing that will make her return back to the palace is if the women vacate the palace. And right now, it's looking as though that is not even happening because today we hear one story, tomorrow we hear another story. The women are still there. It is evident that Olori Mariam is not in the palace now. Dr. Elizabeth is not in the palace now, but that is not to say they have moved their things out of the palace. I do know that a lot of blogs are reporting that yes, so that they moved out of the palace. This video is not to debunk anybody's gist because, of course, I do not know their various sources of information, but from my own source. And Mariam is still very, very well inside the palace of the Ooni of Ife. She has not moved. The fact she is not in the palace right now does not necessarily mean that she left the palace. She's still in the palace, but she, because of the basbos that is going on from what we are hearing, is the reason why she is not in the palace. We can see that Olori, Dr. Elizabeth is still in the palace. Temitope is still right there in the palace, even though we have heard allegedly that she was the first person who opted to accept a gift of a house from the Ooni of Ife that her children, her mother, in Ile-Ife right now, and they said that she has made it very, very easy for the Ooni of Ife to go ahead and do whatever it is that he would want to do. But to tell you what is going on right now, these women are still right there in the palace. Last week or last 2 weeks, we heard that he purchased a very huge mansion again for the entire wife. I said that is about one of the finest mansions in Ile-Ife for the wife. And the last thing we heard was that they are trying to renovate it to make it what they want, and they are going to give them time. But what is there right now at the end of the day is that even as we speak, the Oloris are still in the palace. Are they going to move anytime soon? It's not something that I can tell you. Is it going to be the back and forth movement, going back and forth again? It's not something I can tell. But a lot of people are saying that Olori Naomi should just give Kabiyesi more time because he is allegedly begging for more time from Olori Naomi, that Naomi needs to give him more time to fix these things, that whatever he needs to do to keep his is beautiful, amazing, delectable. Correct baby girl. Naomi haters come and drag me because you don't like me expressing, showing this kind of expression and passing this kind of positive remark about Queen Naomi. But we all know that Queen Naomi is so beautiful. And of course, nobody can be surprised about the reason why the monarch is still going after this woman, because this woman is something extraordinary. And she is so beautiful. And they said, the monarch is saying that nothing is going to stop him from going after his wife. And, right now they said he had to cut his journey short to come and take care of the issues at home to ensure that Naomi, person no come willing Naomi from in hand. Oh, that is exactly what we are hearing right now. Do not forget that these are all alleged information. I do not live in the palace of the Ooni of Ife, right? And neither am I related to this family, okay? I'm just a blogger. When I get any news, I bring it here for my audience. I appreciate you guys so much. Thank you.